Hey guys, it's Casey. Welcome back to my channel. So, for those of you who don't know, and those of you who do know, congratulations. I am obsessed with Harry Potter and love everything Harry Potter. In fact, I have a Harry Potter shelf in the process being worked on by myself with something that we're doing today. But I am working on a Harry Potter themed shelf in one of my kitchen build-outs, which is behind you guys. So, if you guys want to see what we're doing, let's go. So today we are going to be making Floo powder, which for those of you who don't know, it is a way to transport yourself in Harry Potter via the Floo system. Now this may seem like a lot of moving parts, but I promise you it's really not. The first thing you're going to need is some type of container. Now some people like to get vintage, some people like to get ones with corks, some people like to get ones with spoons on it. I think this is really classic. It's just a latch and it flops open. Now I actually totally see this as something that would be in Harry Potter. It's kind of old. It's not exactly like new. It does, you know, it has an old latch on it. So you're going to need a container of some sort, preferably glass, obviously. The second thing you're going to need is salt. I have two kinds of salt. I have regular salt, and I'm going to add some bath salt to it just to make it look a little more chunky. The third thing you're going to need is some type of rope or twine, mixed with some wooden beads, and you will see why we need this later. Then you're going to need food coloring, a pair of scissors, a spoon to mix, and your labels, which can just be printed out on the internet. And you can either do these on sticker paper or by using a old-fashioned hot glue gun, which is going to be my method of doing this. So let's go. So the first thing you're going to want to do, in my opinion, is you're going to want to find what label works best. So take your thing and hold it up. I actually think this one works better on mine. So the first thing I'm going to do is just simply and very carefully cut out the label size that you have deemed is appropriate for your container or jar. So you want to be very meticulous with this because you want it to kind of look as though it is on the actual container. So I am going very, very slow, and I'm impressed I can actually do this because I don't have my contacts or glasses on. So I am doing my best to keep this looking perfect. So as you do this, you can kind of like think about the order of stuff. Like I said, I am going to start off by cutting out my Floo powder label, and I think that'll go quite nicely on my canister. So put that aside. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open your twine. And you're going to want to unwrap it and cut a long enough piece where you can wrap it around the jar. And this is totally unraveling in not a pretty way. So I'm actually going to open the jar and put that up and then kind of tie this off somehow in a knot. Like that. And then you're going to want to trim the edge of your twine so that it leaves just a little nub. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to very, very carefully wrap the twine around the jar, and this is where I'm going to get stuck because the twine is not fully unraveling, but I think weave. I think we've got it. So once again, you're just going to wrap the twine around the neck of the jar. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this and take a little bit of my hot glue and just glue that in place so that it stays properly. And now you have the twine around your jar. First step done. The second step requires you to kind of keep the twine in hand, but maybe move it to the side. Next, we are going to take our bath salts, these bath salts, and what we are going to do is I'm going to pour them in my container, just like that. And this is kind of an important step in my opinion, because you are then going to take your salts and you're going to pour however much salt you want your Floo powder to have in it. So that's about as much as I want in there. And then you're going to take it and you're going to take your little measuring cup and you're going to pour all of that back into your measuring cup, and I'm going to explain why. I would give it a good stir to mix up the regular salt and the bath salt, just like this. Next, you're going to take the blue food dye and the yellow food dye, and as we all know, blue and yellow make green, and I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do. Okay guys, now that you are properly zoomed in to our salt mixture, we are going to take a little bit of the yellow dye and we're going to dip it in, and we're going to take a little bit of the blue dye and dip it in as well. We are going to take our spoon and stir it. Now it is going to clump up, and that's okay. But what we're going to want to kind of see is it's going to start to turn color. Now if it clumps up, that's totally fine. Just keep stirring. And after a while, you are going to see that it's going to start to actually dye the salt the desired color. Now this to me is a little bit too blue. I'm just making sure that we get all the salts in the container. So this is actually a little bit too blue for me, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more yellow to it. And we're going to see how that goes. Okay guys, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit here because I don't think that you guys need to see me do all this color correcting on our Floo powder. So as you can see, I'm just alternating between adding the blue and the yellow, and it is getting more neon and getting to the right color that I wanted my Floo powder to be. Okay, I think we have it, guys. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your container and you're just going to want to very carefully spoon your dyed salt into the container. Now why I say you have filled your jar, you are then going to take a tiny bit of twine and super glue it to where the twine meets on the top, and you're going to string some beads just like that, which I already did, and it looks beautiful. And Then you are going to take the cutout Floo powder label and you're going to hot glue it to the front of your jar. So I did mine a little off center because that's just how it felt. And I also think that it gives it a little something. It gives it a little old, worn out, vintagey vibe that you would find this at Borgin & Books. And yeah, that is my Floo powder. It opens and I can take a pinch and I can go anywhere I like now. So I hope you guys get the chance to recreate this. It was really fun and really easy. And if you're a Harry Potter fan like me, it's something that it's fun to do, and I will put it on my Harry Potter shelf. So if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see me do a series on these little Harry Potter DIYs, please let me know, because this came out pretty spectacular, and so did my Harry Potter Hogwarts house point counter DIY that I did. So if you'd like to see a series on this, please let me know. I have an idea and I already have it kind of started, or like gathering things to do another one like this but different. So if you would like to see that, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. And also, like I said, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget the subscribe button below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!